There is a there's a clip on Dragons Den in Canada. Okay, Joan Wisborg went on there, and I've already done multiple videos about her, a bunch of videos. Joan Wisborg is a drug dealer. She told me herself when I met up with her on Vancouver Island that she was, quote, moving pounds of drugs every month. She identifies as a narcissist. It's been 4 years, and she was doing spiritual abuse towards me. I already mentioned it. In multiple videos there. She had done stuff that included stuff around sleep, sexual stuff, mental, emotional, spiritual. Attacked my family right in front of me. What else? This has been 4 years. Dark witchcraft. Her coach, Tarek Bibi, is her partner in drug dealing out of Toronto. He himself uses dark magic and dark reptilian energies for manifesting. He actually links people in a pyramid on the astral plane. Light workers. And he goes and he uses their energy. And she was trying, this is some of the stuff she does. She literally took part in group spiritual attack towards me. I had a head tick I came back from. She is literally out there, she was on there for Dragon's Den, for that. She's a drug dealer. That's who she is. She's a drug dealer, and she's abusive, okay? I already said it in multiple videos. So, I've had enough. I've had enough of seeing that. She is doing video, like, if you saw the level of shit this fucking girl has done. Like, oh my God. I'm a former Ascended Master, okay? I've hit the 33rd dimension spiritually. I've been above galactic conscious for years now. I have been helping the planet, doing miracles, doing a lot of clearings, a lot of healings, this sort of stuff. Jillian has directly been trying to, as I was clearing corruption, she was trying to push corruption. As I was clearing darkness, she had gone right into darkness. She actually went into that with that coach, Tarek Bibi. And this has been years of her just doing shit, being in darkness, trying to use darkness, trying to mess with people with darkness, trying to just use and manipulate people. And it came out in the past, I think 2 years, that she identifies as a narcissist. I have already been through narcissistic abuse before. She knows that. She was trying to look up, trying to look up what I went through with different past relationships, okay, as far as abuse. Then she was trying to use some of that and trying to use that at me. She also tried to reconnect me to two of the narcissists. She even had posts where she tried to make herself look like one of the narcissists, using intention to do that. She was even trying to taunt me with posts where she made posts of one saying, have you got all the narcs out of your life? And what was the other ones? Like literally trying to taunt me with that sort of stuff. And I've had enough. Like right in front of me, I had to remove markers in attacks off my parents. She has gone and she tried to, like, you know what it is? Universe Source, I want everyone to see it to be very well known, any harm she caused towards me and my friends and family. If people knew the level of shit she has pulled, and just an absolute, oh my God, like, there is no way, if those people knew who she was, okay, those people on that show, there's no way they would want to invest with her. There is no way. She's a drug dealer. She's a drug dealer. She identifies as a narcissist. She's abusive. That's who she is. I know that. One of our first teachers, I mentioned her already because she went into darkness, Amber Colbert. She knows that, to the point Amber refused to keep teaching her. She wanted to learn her master level for Reiki, and she refused to teach her because that girl just wants power. That is what I picked up on Vancouver Island. I remember before we walked into, I was doing like a house sit there. Before we walked in, she turns and looks at me and she says, all I want is, and I just hear psychically, power. That's what that girl wants, okay? So she doesn't care. She doesn't care about abusing men. She doesn't care about dealing pounds and pounds of drugs, doing all that sort of stuff. Using light workers. Doesn't care if they're all linked up in a pyramid, being fucked with by her coach, Tarek. Doesn't care. But they both want to go out there and they both want to put it on. And they both are like, oh, look. And it's all fake. It's all fake. And as far as like her coach there, it is literally dark magic, dark reptilian energy, and using people. Literally putting people linked in a pyramid. So there's light workers who... Do you know how much... They literally went out to Australia, spending thousands of dollars to go and see the guy. And he literally was using these people, okay? Linking them in a pyramid on the astral plane, putting himself on the top of it. I picked up on it. And I was like, what the fuck? He'd have audios online. When I put it out, I was like, look, I want stuff to clear. And it popped up right away about corruption that had to clear. His audios popped up. His audios tell you, in the audios, he's saying, you know, the part of you that protects yourself, just I want it to step aside so you can fully receive this. And I'm going, no. And just that feeling. So I've already mentioned a lot of it. I could do a big list of things she's done. She has literally stood there trying to harm me while I was trying to sleep. And this happened in the past couple years. Tried to project into space, tried to fuck with me. Took a sleeping pill, trying to sleep. To recover from abuse she took part in doing at me, I had an actual head tick. Literally, I have seen this girl she tried to go at me and like bully while I was coming back from trauma. Like eyes, like seriously, head was ticking, eyes fluttering, that level. I literally ended up going to a church out here because of the level of spiritual warfare I had. And there was a time I remember how I felt where, holy fuck, how she was acting. And you're sitting there, all this fucking trauma and how she's acting, and all of a sudden, like, I felt like how shitty, like how bad I was feeling, okay? Like how shitty I was feeling. And I was like, oh my God. And then I like, okay, I knew I was going to pop to, so I popped to that church that day. And literally, there's just this, she goes from like abusive, all of a sudden, like a switch, like, oh, Corey, are you okay? Are you okay? She's an absolute, one of the most toxic fucking, weakest fucking piece of shit I've ever met in my life. One of the weakest women I've ever seen in my fucking life. She should not be teaching anything. She should not be teaching energy. She should not be teaching anything with her herbs. And it's all fucking bullshit with that. She did not go to some huge schooling for that. She didn't. I had an herbalist out in Alberta that trained like a doctor in Germany. That guy saved lives. That guy was amazing, okay? That's not her. That's not her. I'm probably tell you, I probably know more than she does about herbs, okay? She's insanely abusive. Like, if it's the point one of your first teachers refuses to keep teaching, there's a reason. There's a reason. She literally identifies as a narcissist, and she has a pattern of abusing men. She's very abusive with that, and using like, this was known and talked about with one of my first teachers there, how she would treat men and what she'd do. So what she'd do, she'd try to manipulate the heart chakra, the sacral, witchcraft, and then involved with her coach there, black magic. She was trying to do links with spells and hop around, do all this sort of stuff, manipulate people. And I've had enough. So universe source, I want her to be seen for all the harm. It is kind of fucked when I'm sitting there and I was like, so she goes on that show. I've had 4 years of spiritual warfare, which she has taken part in. I had her try to harm the funeral of one of my favorite grandparents. She did that. She showed up for that. She was also almost doing psychic threats at me when I was going to land with my family. So my dad, oh yeah, like literally, she was pulling that. And then showed up and was trying to project herself at the funeral. And I was like, oh my God, we're outside. Literally, my entire family, one of my favorite grandparents had died, and she was there trying to fuck with that. She was trying to watch me years ago. Like, tried to put a bind on me in my sleep years ago. Tried to watch me sleep in my years ago, like project into space. Tried to do that sort of stuff. What else does she try to do? Oh, she tries to hide her darkness. And I've seen her do this. So narcissists, they try to, a lot of them will, they are very fake, okay? Very, very fake. A lot of inner child stuff. The masks they wear, all this sort of stuff. So I've actually seen it many times psychically where you'll see her psychically and I can see the darkness in her, and then she goes and pushes it behind herself and shifts it, moves it around, doesn't want people to see it. And then it's kind of like, oh, do you like what you see now? Okay, do you like this? Okay, I'll shift like this for you. So who you see for her, it's all fake, okay? So she is not, she's not someone to partner with, and she was actually trying to trick people into partnerships, okay? That's something people need to be aware of, energetic partnerships. She was trying to trick people with that so she could use them for their energy, okay? So she'd try to siphon men's sexual energy darts at men, manipulation with, markers, links, all sorts of stuff. Just very toxic, very, very toxic. yeah, I literally had a post on YouTube at one point where I said I wanted nothing to do with her. This is one of my old channels. And she turned around when I was having a group attack and she tried to hop in on top and throw more stuff at me. And while I was coming back from that, she literally, like my dad, tried to commit suicide twice because of stuff she fucking pulled. She was part of, okay? To give you some idea. She is not somebody to be partnering with or work with any of this sort of stuff. Definitely do not energetically partner with her. You have to be careful. Very careful with that. And she is also throwing in that revision, which I've discussed on here. So I have not fully gotten into in different videos. I said former Ascended Master for myself. That was confirmed past a couple of years. Joel Cole, former Ascended Master. I've been doing miracles for years, okay? I've been doing miracles for years. I've been doing a lot of healings for the planet. I've been clearing a lot of this stuff, okay? So while I was clearing things, I was checking there was black energy cords. She was trying to corrupt people's fields, use dark witchcraft at them, dark magic with her, and dark reptilian energies with her coach there, doing that sort of stuff. And then she tried to do a bunch of revision. So she has directly tried to cause harm with sleep with people. She has tried to use the narc abuse stuff. She identifies as a narcissist, which when I posted that recently, I picked up on that really bothered her, that she was going to be seen for that. Just very, very, very manipulative. Very, very manipulative. Was literally trying to taunt me through different posts. Like I said, I actually had a post of going something to the effect of, you got all the narcs out of your life yet? Did you get the narcs out? And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The level, oh serious. So people that have, you know what's disgusting? One of her friends, who was a mutual friend there, who I've known since I was a teenager, has been abused by 2 narcissists. And I wanted to tell her some of the harm she did. She got into this girl's Facebook with 2 other people, and they tried to respond with a bullshit response. And then she tried to keep this girl from knowing some of the stuff I was trying to tell her. I was trying to tell her, like, look, this girl's like, she's a narc, all this sort of stuff, how abusive she's been, and she tried to manipulate that. I went to go tell another guy. Turns out she'd already slept with the guy, tried to manipulate the response, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. She was doing this. But here's the thing. This girl, I've already seen certain things she's been going through spiritually because of shots she took at me. And I have seen multiple light workers look at her picture when I shared it with them. I said, tell me what you think. And they all said, a bunch of them said, I can see the evil in her. If you look at her website, if she has not changed the picture, I can see about posting it. I took it down from my Instagram because of how it looked. She looks evil. She just looks evil. So all of that inside of her is coming up and out. When I did an energy read on her on Vancouver Island, and I sat there with her, her ancestors were pretty much like, come here, like I've never seen this with somebody's ancestors, that they literally were going, you're going to tell her this, like, tell her this. They were so angry with her about how she lives her life and who she is. And I was like, holy shit. I just sat down and all of a sudden they're there. And they're just like, you're going to, like, tell her this, tell her this, tell her this. And I was just like, holy shit, like, they are pissed. They are fucking pissed. This is years. I described it in another video. She attacked me over 40 times spiritually before I ever hit back at her. Literally, over 40 times. All sorts of stuff with this girl. It's all fake. It's all image. It's all fake. And I want to warn people about her. You need to be warned about her, okay? You need to know who she actually is. I'm gonna make sure, people need to know who she really is. Because she is not somebody to be, you gotta cut her up, yeah. Cut cords with her if you're around her. But she's she tries to fake, and she really tries to, what's the word? What a narcissist will try to do, okay? Excuse me. So it's very much her image, how she's, look how she's looking, what she's doing, how she's dressing. But she identifies as a narcissist. It's not who she is. It's not who she is at all. And I remember when I met up with her in Vancouver Island, I thought, it's going to be an herbalist. We're going to do YouTube videos. Nope. Turns out she slept with 2 other guys before meeting me. Literally that happened. She was dealing pounds of drugs. She started describing all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there going, oh my, she wasn't anywhere near to what she had the image of. And I was putting on, I was like, oh my God, like what the, what the hell is going on? And people need to know. People need to know. Before, I literally said some stuff on YouTube. This was years ago. And then for what she has pulled in the past couple of years, it's to this point. It's to the point I'm saying this now. People need to know. People need to know exactly who she is with this. And yeah, that girl, she does not. Yeah, it's fake. It's all fake. And the herbalist thing, no. It's not like she's some super advanced herbalist. She's not. She's not some like huge, oh my God, like, yeah, she went. My herbalist that I had dealt with literally got trained in Germany, okay? And he had saved people's lives. That's an herbalist. She's, yeah, I think she went, yeah. She was working in the pot industry out there, and I believe illegally in California. Yeah, while going through some schooling there. Cool. She's a drug dealer. She's a drug dealer. That is her main income. Most of her income is from drugs. Then the rest of it is using that money to pay for the other stuff of the business. That's it. So she's a drug dealer. Yeah. Maybe knows a little bit about, I think, a Reiki level 2, and then does dark witchcraft. But she's not a dark witch. Okay. So it's all very, very fake. And